Yeah, I thought I'd do this video at one of my favorite hiking trails. This is where I do a lot of my meditation. You know, I get a lot of my thoughts before processing videos, before getting ideas out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, first of all, I just want to say thanks to everyone that watches the channel, everybody that subscribed to the channel, everybody that follows. You know, I really appreciate it for the 100K. Well, now we over 100,000 subscribers. But you know, the funny thing is that I said to myself, once I got over 100,000 or at least to 100,000 subscribers, that I was going to retire from not just maybe YouTube, but social media content. You know what I'm saying? But then I had the vision. Once we hit over 90,000 subscribers, it started to get real to me. You know what I'm saying? And I started thinking like, okay, maybe this message is a message that's needed for the culture. I started having my peers, you know what I mean? People that were in the industry that I looked up to, that I grew up listening to their music, started coming to me and telling me that, hey, what you doing is important for the culture. So then I thought to myself, all right, maybe this is starting to look realistic. You know what I mean? Like maybe now we at 95,000 subscribers. I'm thinking like maybe we're just now getting started. This is only the beginning now, you know? So I want to take a few minutes to just address a few things. You know what I'm saying? It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. Like, just, you know, we've had a lot of issues with social media content. We've had people trying to flag our videos, take our stuff down, but that's not what this is all about, man. This is about the love right here, though, man. I'm just letting you guys know that this is a process. This is a journey. And now I realize that the journey has only begun. So now I want to tell y'all, first of all, that while we're at 100,000, actually over, we're almost at 101,000 or 101,000K now, however you say it. I feel like a lot of y'all have been following content for certain reasons. And I thought I'd take a minute to now address the public on this, okay? Yeah, we did documentaries, we did beat battles, we have producer interviews, up and coming artists, interviews with artists that are already famous, that are already known. We did the top 10 series that I know a lot of y'all like. I know that that's what really like helped build a lot of the channel. I'd say some of it was the documentaries, some of it, I mean, there's a little bit of everything, right? It's a little bit of everything. But I want to say, first of all, I see the comments, you know what I'm saying? And I read the comments. I try to read as many comments as I can. Can you believe that when I started this channel, I said, I'm gonna read every single comment. And then the comments actually got to a point to where it was like thousands of comments coming in one day where I couldn't even keep up. I couldn't even read them all. But I still try to get through all of them. And anytime somebody reaches out or has something to say, whether it be positive or it be a critique, I'm always checking for it, unless it's a hater, you know what I'm saying? But I listen to the haters too sometimes. Sometimes you gotta listen to the haters, you know? And I remember I heard a lot of people, speaking on that note real quick, I remember I heard a lot of people say, you can't be successful unless you have haters. I always was like, what the heck does that mean? But now, after hitting such a significant number on social media, I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand. Now I understand what that means. Man, I gotta tell you, what a week though, man. What a week, yo. Not only did we hit over 100,000 subscribers, but I also was featured on TMZ the same week. You know, my first news debut, my first television debut on music journalism. So I gotta say, man, I really do believe that this music journalism is starting to pay off. Didn't even go to school for this, man. It's just something that's just infinite knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But those of you that I read in the comments that say, oh, what happened to the top 10 series or the beats? You know what? I want to say that I appreciate y'all so much for the love and that you value our opinion, because that's really what it all is. Like Jay-Z said at the Grammys, it's subjective to opinion. So that's the whole point of like the Grammys and the Oscars and all this, right? Or one of the points is that we have these award shows because we want to say, hey, you know what? we value your opinion. And again, shout out to YouTube. You know, I've made some money. I got my award. I got some awards. You know, it's nice to be recognized. I'll say that. So I thank y'all out there that do value our opinion for the culture. But I want to say this. Now that we've reached and accomplished a big goal of mine that has been on my mind for years. And not just with YouTube, man. I mean, we doing it on TikTok and Facebook as well. About to hit 20,000 followers on Facebook without even really trying, and just hit about 5,000 on TikTok. So, you know, we doing it all over across a lot of different platforms. But I want to say this though, man. If you follow in the channel specifically just for the top 10 series, because I read your comments, we're going to keep doing that because I do see that that is important for the culture for a lot of reasons. Number one, meaning that a lot of people don't read the credits and they don't know who did beats. Me and my team being producers ourselves, we understand the frustration with that. Getting the credit that's due and getting paid accordingly. Let's not forget, y'all, some of your favorite artists like Kanye or Ye started off as a ghost producer, okay? So we understand that we got to give credit to the producers out there that, you know, don't really get their credit. So that's what I'm saying here, is that we're going to continue to do the top 10 series, but I'm going to tell you why we stopped doing it for a minute, or we weren't doing it as consistently. This is the first time I spoke about this to the public. One reason is because we can't monetize those videos. So we're not making any money off of those videos. Now, in the beginning, I understand. We didn't start this channel off for the money, and still to this day, somewhat don't do hip hop for the money. But best believe, I get money at this. And at my level of expertise and professionalism, it would be dumb for me not to get paid for this, especially at the level that I'm at now. The channel has reached over 30 million people, man. We're like on our way to 50 million. You can check the stats, okay? If I'm reaching over 50 million people, I should have nearly $1 billion in my bank account right now. So this is the level of where I'm thinking right now. So we don't get paid off of doing the top 10 videos, okay? But we still were doing it because we believe that it's part of the culture, and it's for the culture, and it's needed for the culture, right? But I want to go ahead and tell y'all this though, man, that if we were to continue to do that more on a consistent basis, it would be very helpful for some of y'all to start monetizing the videos, like send us a super chat or super thanks, you know, PayPal, Cashapp, $ beatGrade, PayPal beatGrade. You know, it's time for y'all to start supporting the independent creators and the independent thinkers. We already know that there's psyops in the industry. We already know that there's an agenda to take down hip hop music, to take down rap music, which I'll get into in a minute. So we need your help with monetizing the videos, and that's not what this is all about. But I just want to let you know real quick, man, that we can't monetize those videos. So we put all that hard work and time and research and questioning and talking amongst each other. Who had the best beats? Who had the best DJ Premier beats? What are, you know what I'm saying, Pete Rock's best beats? What are Dilla's best beats? You know what I'm saying? What are Kanye's best beats? When we have these debates and these talks, this takes a lot of time and research. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of us do this for the love, but come on, yo. We gotta eat, right? You can't eat for free. So I need y'all to understand that, man. So, like I said, that was just one factor of it. And I don't wanna, you know, ramble with the whole conspiracy of why these videos are so hard to keep up, but I'll just be real quick on this real quick, is that the videos got taken down. We had some record companies that didn't like the fact that we had the video up, or they tried to give us strikes on the video, And then this was the big one that made me say, okay, we were already doing little news here and there. We were already doing interviews. We were doing interviews before it was really a thing, before it was even podcasts were even known. You know what I'm saying? Check the resume. But yeah, man, we were doing all these things, and then the videos not only got taken down, but the channel got demonetized, yo. It demonetized the channel. Can you believe that? So if you want to talk about the journey and the jumps and the hurdles and the obstacles I had to go through to get where I'm at now, most people will probably just give up or say screw this or whatever. I hit up YouTube, I'm like, yo, how are you gonna demonetize my channel, man? They said, because some of the content that you're putting out, they look at your most popular videos and then they look at the content that you're putting out. And if most of the content that you're putting out revolves around somebody else's content, then you don't get rewarded on this platform, which is good. I think that's a good thing in a way. So I agree with you, YouTube, on that. I agree. But, you know, I hear some YouTubers say, oh, why is my channel demonetized? It's because you copying a lot of other people. Just like some of y'all went out there and took my KRS-One interview and put your logo on top of my logo and tried to pretend like it was your shit. That's crazy, man. You know, and any of y'all that see that out there, if you guys could send it to me, please send me that information so we can have those videos taken down. In the beginning, I looked at it as like, you know what? If they got the beatGrade logo on there, we'll leave it up because, hey, more promotion for us. But when I see some of y'all put your logo on top of my logo, I'm like, you ain't gonna get far like that, man. In the long run, you ain't gonna get far like that. You might be able to win that hustle for a little while, but sooner or later, it ain't gonna work, man. It's like some of y'all on Twitter stealing other people's tweets. It's just not gonna work. That strategy will not work in the long run. So I realized I gotta start putting out more original content. Not that the content that we were doing wasn't original, but I think I knew, or I do know, what YouTube meant. And they wanna see your popular videos be about the ideas and what you're pushing. And if you're using somebody else's content, it's gotta be just like a review or a reaction. It can't stem, the video can't stem around their whole content. So with that being said, that is the reason why I decided, hey, we gotta push this news, music, journalism forward. You know what I mean? Like we gotta push it, and we gotta go full throttle on this. And then once I started seeing the subscribers pick up and pick up and pick up and the momentum, and yeah. And then we saw YouTube was doing their new features. We started taking advantage of that, to work the algorithm, because that's how the game goes. But now that I feel that I've worked the algorithm to a certain degree, to where it's not about that really anymore now, man. I understand that now there's a message that needs to be said. That hip hop is in trouble, or hip hop has been in trouble. They don't even call it hip hop no more, it's called rap, which we know was designed by the powers that be. This is the reason why we have a Sexy Red and an Ice Spice and all the women, Coi Leray, and all these women that are rappers have to flaunt sex in order to sell records, which we don't see going on in any other genre. We see all the rappers, all the male rappers talking about drugs and killing each other. Not one conscious rapper other than Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Now look at what they're doing to J. Cole. Look at what they're doing to him. Look at Drake. Look at this whole Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. So you gotta take the few rappers now that we have left, the few conscious rappers that we have left, and now you gotta make them beef. Now they're beefing with each other. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I think this is all by design. It's all by design, man. This is not a coincidence. Rappers are not saying, hey, you know what? I think I just want to make a song about doing drugs and killing people today. I don't think that mind crosses around every single rapper. It might a few, maybe a few, but every single mainstream rapper, other than like 2 or 3, come on, man. So I feel that there's a message that needs to be portrayed. And clearly, I see that there's other networks out there that agree. And that's why they've asked me to come on their shows. And it's only going to get further from here. Like I said, y'all, we've been doing interviews before the podcast was a thing. Go look up my Common interview, my KRS-One interview, my Pete Rock interview, my Alchemist interview. Y'all don't really know sometimes, man, the work that we put into this, man. But those of you that do, I appreciate y'all, man. So we're going to still do the top 10 series. We're going to still do the videos. And the reason why I brought that whole, I brought that rant up or whatever you call it, is because some of y'all I saw in the comments on our news critiques were like, what is this, man? I thought this was a channel about producers and beats and blah, blah, blah. And it is, and it still is. But you know what, though? There's other things in hip-hop that need to be discussed. Now, I know some of the stuff like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and all that stuff is just dumb. And there's really no need to address it. And I understand it might have just been the hot news at the time, the TMZ story for the night or the day. But you know what? We ain't going to be pushing that as much anymore. We're not going to be following that agenda as much anymore. There might be some things that need to be discovered or might need to be discussed. But for the most part, now it's time to get conscious. It's time to get elevated. We're taking the channel to a whole new direction now. We're going to still be focused on the hip hop. We're going to still be focused on the culture. But now I want you to come and join this movement with me. The movement and the direction that we're about to go. And investors, I need you to start hitting up the PayPal and the Cashapp. I want to see at least $1 million deposited within the next few months. So if you guys can help out, spread the word, tell people, hey, if you know Jay-Z, you know Dr. Dre, who we sat with, yo, tell them to set up a meeting with me. I need to speak to these people because we are on a serious movement and I'm taking all of y'all with me. That's what I'm saying. So if you only following the channel because you want to see a top 10 beat series, I appreciate that. But I'm going to tell you right now, you could go ahead and unsubscribe. I've already hit the goal that I wanted to hit, at least for the most part. I've already got my awards. You could go ahead and unsubscribe now. I wouldn't want you to do that, but if you feel the need to write a comment on the channel and say, oh, you ain't talking about this no more, or you're not putting out this type of content no more, I'm gonna unsubscribe. So be it, man. Because everybody that's coming with us now is going to be on the journey to where we're going now. We ain't doing this stuff that's just for free or ain't making no money off of, or we can't monetize it somehow, some way. And like I said, it's not just about the money, but you understand that you should be monetized for your talent. You understand what I'm saying? And yo, what else is there to do out here, man? Like, what's the next number after 100,000? A million? A million subscribers? Let me tell you something, man. It's like having 1 million followers on TikTok. That means nothing. I think it's way more important to have 100,000 followers on YouTube than it is to have 1 million followers on TikTok. Because if you got over 1 million followers on TikTok or even YouTube, but let's just say on any social media platform, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, etc. If you got over 1 million followers, but you still gotta work a 9-to-5 job that you don't like and you can't put your full passion into your craft, you ain't doing something right. Or you wasting your time. Or you gotta recalculate. And that's where I'm at right now, man. I need to be able to go full throttle, which I'm basically doing right now. And that's the reason why we was able to push and get to this number so quickly. Because I was able to lock in and go full throttle into beatGrade. But you know, we can only continue to really do that full throttle at full speed, 110%, 1,000% focus. It's with your help, man. So we're gonna continue to do some of the content that you want. And like I said, man, I really appreciate the fact that y'all reach out and value my opinion, our opinion, because I do have a team of people that I look to for their critique. You value our opinion because you know, man, we real hip hop heads. Let me tell you why. Because we've been doing this before the mainstream. As a matter of fact, I want to say this. Some of y'all that want to debate and do this, I don't even want to debate some of y'all on rap music if you didn't know about this before it was mainstream. If you just came into rap after it became mainstream, it was already done then. They already took over hip hop in the 90s, man. It didn't just start happening in 2000. Come on, man. And then that's what I'm saying, man. You got the Charlemagne's and you got the academics, which some of their points I do agree with and some of them I do value. Like the fact that academics went to Mar-a-Lago and did the interview with Trump's son. That goes to show you the power of hip hop and the power of YouTube and the power of independent journalism. Which like I said, man, you know, I want to say real quick, some people might say like, well, why are you doing this, man? Why? Why not just be part of that culture or whatever's making money or something like that? I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Let me tell you this, that I remember I used to work at a radio station, and when I worked at the radio station, there used to be like a hip hop radio station. You know what I'm saying? The DJ would play nothing but hip hop. He was actually known for playing like the best hip hop, the best rap, you know, or underground rap that you didn't hear on the radio. Like if you wanted to listen to the BS that was on the mainstream, you listen to like Power, you listen to Hot 97, you know, you listen to all those stations, right? But he would play like what was hot in the underground. And this is what I'm saying. Back in these days, this is like late 90s, early 2000. Back in those days, you had two levels of rap music. You had the consciousness, and then you had the, well, I call it the unconscious, but you had the mainstream rap, and then you had the underground hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, it was like a war between two. But something happened. Something happened like around, I don't know, maybe it was like 2010, somewhere around there, where the generation just went completely ignorant. You know, people like Lupe Fiasco, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Black Star, they were warning you. They were warning you of what was coming. KRS-One, OC, rappers all in danger. They were already warning you back in like 95, man. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like if you just started listening to rap music in like 2000, in the year 2000, you ain't on my level, man. Unless you go back and you listen to all those albums from back then. Come on, man. The music that's being made today is not timeless. With maybe like the exception of a few, I think we can all agree the music that's being done today is not timeless. And which reminds me, the AI. The whole AI, artificial intelligence, that's now taking over rap music. Isn't it interesting to y'all that it's only happening in rap? I haven't really heard about AI going on in any other type of music. When Taylor Swift drops a track, an album, we all know it's Taylor Swift. I mean, do we remember what happened with those AI pictures with Taylor Swift? And like how they made such a big deal, and within hours, it was taken down all off the internet? Now, I know they were bad, but just the point of it, like, let's just say that was a rapper. Let's say that was, you know, Cardi B or something like that. You think those pictures would have been down that fast? And then the other thing I want to say is this, is that not only did they take those pictures down super fast, but they also changed the laws on social media because of those pictures. So now if you depict like an image of somebody else's face and you put it on social media, I think you could have a lawsuit or you could have legal action filed against you for that now. Which makes sense. But it's just funny how that was such a big deal when it happened to Taylor Swift, right? But then you have Drake that goes and makes an AI diss song where he raps a Tupac, or raps to pretend to be Tupac, right? A rapper who's a legend from the West Coast, which Drake is not even from or probably doesn't know anything about the culture. Because if Drake really understood the West Coast and Los Angeles and LA culture, he would have never made a diss song with Pac going after Kendrick. And then you got academics saying, "Oh, Kendrick, you got what? It's been 2 weeks and you still haven't responded yet." If I was Kendrick, I wouldn't respond to that bullshit either. That's the funny thing about it, man. I wouldn't respond to that bullshit either. Okay? So, this is what I'm saying, man. We got these psyops in the industry. And then they're gonna let artificial intelligence come and take over rap music, right? Which is gonna put probably rappers out of jobs. Like Joe Budden was saying, what if the AI rapper is better than the original rapper? Now what, they're gonna both be fighting over Grammys? But we ain't got this going on in country music. We ain't got this going on in rock music, right? And then what do we have? Then we got Charlemagne and academics, like I was mentioning before, talking about, oh, you on the clock, Kendrick, you on the clock. Now, I know I said the same thing about Eminem. I said the same thing. Did Eminem respond to Benzino? Nah, maybe he didn't need to, even though that was Benzino's best diss song. Sometimes no response is a response. But I will say, man, it's interesting how the AI has infiltrated black music. And who are most of these people that are behind the AI? I'm willing to bet that most of them are Caucasian over people of color, which is cool. I don't have no problem with that, but I'm just saying, if it gets to the point to where I see it going, do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? What's gonna happen to hip hop? You see what I'm saying? What's happening to rap music? Let me give you a little hint, because I know we can't say everything. You know what they did to rock and roll, right? You heard what they said about country music, right? I mean, could the AI be the possibility of what they want to do with hip hop and rap music, which could be a futurized version of what they did to rock and roll? So I say, man, that's why I come out here, yo, because talking to the universe right here. It's like I get my ideas. It comes right here. Boom. See that right there, man? Just take a look at that view real quick. Beautiful, right? Yeah, man. So my point is this, yo. Thank you again to those of you that subscribe. And some of you that hate it too. You know, some of you haters, I want to say real quick, and I'm not going to give y'all too much time, but I'll just say this real quick. Some of you haters inspired me when you tried to steal my ideas, but then you wouldn't want to have me or my team at the event, but you stole all my ideas. You, some of y'all that would not help promote the album, but if you did a producer showcase, you wanted me or my team to come do the beats. If I was beefing with a producer and I had to come and smash them real quick, now you put me on the flyer. But I was trying to be on the flyer the whole time. You never put me on the flyer. But then after, I was like, I will smash your best producer. You know who you are? I came and I smashed you at the battle in front of thousands of people. What did he have to say then? You see, a lot of people act hard online, but in person, they ain't got nothing to say or nothing to prove. Because let me tell you something, y'all. I've been doing this before social media. I've been doing this before podcasts. I've been doing this before there was such thing called an influencer. I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm proud of it, yo. And like I said, I'm not at the point now where I care about just the followers or the subscribers. Man, I'll tell you right now, I could have 1 million followers on TikTok tomorrow. And I would be like, okay, cool. What does the bank account look like? What am I getting off of that? But shout out to TikTok. I actually just received my first payment from TikTok, so thank you for that. But like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, I'm not doing this for the comments. Like some people I've noticed, like if you get a video that's under 1,000 views, people will say, oh, your video only has like 800 views. You only have like 10 likes. I don't give a shit no more, man. I ain't doing this for the followers no more. Now I understand it's important to have followers because then you can make money off of having a following. Now you can get sponsorship deals. Shout out to Tommy, by the way, man. Thank you for the sponsorship. Not for this video, but for previous videos that we worked on, man. Thank you. I understand. You got the numbers, you got people watching, you got people subscribing, you got people following, you got engagement. People want to like say, oh, there's something happening here. So let's pay this person to get some of that traffic. I get that. I understand that. But that's not the only reason why I'm doing this anymore. I feel like I've reached a level of success now that I don't have to really prove myself no more. If I still got to prove myself to you, then you just don't know what's up. And that's the way I look at it now. So I'm going to do the content that I want to do. I appreciate some of your suggestions, and I definitely will listen to the suggestions because some of y'all have some great ideas. Thank you very much. If we can work on the same team, let's do it. Let's work. But if you coming at me saying, oh, well, I want you to make this type of content. No, you can't tell me what type of content to make. I will make the content that I want to make. And if you don't like it, if it doesn't have a lot of views, this is the content that I want to make. And I feel that I earned that right now. I don't have to chase the algorithm no more. You know, it's funny how you see all these YouTubers that say, oh, I can tell you how to get to 100,000 subscribers. Let me show you how to get your first 1,000 subscribers. You know, I watch all these videos, man. I watch all the videos. They're like, have the right lighting, have the right cameras, have the right editing skills. Yeah, that helps. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man, you guys can go watch some of my videos. For those of you that are just tuning in, for those of you that don't know who I am, you can go watch my videos and you can see that there is no fancy editing, no fancy lighting. On some of the videos, I don't even have lighting, okay? And they got like hundreds of thousands of views. So I wanna tell you, it's not really about your editing skills. It's not really about your lighting. I'll tell you that right now. And if you guys want a real consultant to help you with it, send me an email. But I'll tell you right now, man, it helps. Yeah. If you got some bomb-ass editing skills, it definitely helps. Definitely helps. Depending upon what it is you're trying to do. But if you're just like a content creator, I think the first thing you should be more focused on is the content that you're putting out. That would be my word of advice, my free gem right there. My jewels, dropping of the jewels. So yeah, man, you know, I think I actually went longer on this than I expected, man, but it feels good. I'm glad to be out here on this beautiful day, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, YouTube, for the award, for the 100,000 subscribers, because I know that even if you hit that number, they still don't have to give you an award. So the fact that they acknowledge and they're like, yeah, you're putting out some dope content. And I had some people at YouTube that said that I put out some of the best content that's on YouTube. So I thank you for it, man. And like I said, this is only the beginning. And welcome to the new channel. Thank you.